$12 billion. That's a lot of money by anyone's standards. Now what if I told you that there's a diverse group of people in the United States that has given that amount of money solely to conservation? Pretty impressive, right? Now what if I told you that that group of people are hunters? Hello, my name is Corey Goodfellow. I'm an avid outdoorsman, a conservationist, and an animal lover. I spent 3 years pursuing a degree in zoology while in college, but the one quality that seems to contradict all the others is that I am also a hunter. Today I would like to inform you how hunting affects conservation efforts. I will be speaking about the Pittman-Robertson Act, the different hunting organizations, and how the loss of our hunting heritage will affect future is 11% excise tax on all sporting equipment, from guns and ammunition to archery equipment and even the clothes used for hunting. 62% of these funds generated from this act are used to buy, operate, and maintain wildlife management areas. 4 million acres have been bought outright since the program began, and another 40 million acres are managed for wildlife under agreements with landowners. An additional 26% of those funds given to the states are used for surveys and research. During outbreaks of diseases such as blue tongue and chronic wasting disease, hunters are valuable resources to game wardens and conservation officers who use them as population monitors while they're out in the field. However, the Pittman-Robertson Act is not the only avenue that gives hunters the chance to do their part. There are over 40 major hunting organizations that are doing great things in support of wildlife and their habitats. One of those organizations is Ducks Unlimited. DU has conserved more than 13 million acres of critical habitat for waterfowl and other wildlife. They do so by restoring grasslands, replanting forests, restoring watersheds, and working with landowners and other organizations to secure additional lands. They also constantly reevaluate their systems and refine their habitat, RMEF. Since 1984, this group has secured more than 6.4 million acres. The goal of RMEF is to re-establish wild elk herds in once historic ranges. This not only benefits elk and additional deer populations, deer species, but also animals that prey upon these species. Predators such as wolves and bears benefit greatly from the reintroduction, as well as the lands set aside for these elk. While there are many great organizations out there fighting to preserve and protect these species and their habitat, without hunters to fund these organizations, they're diminished. The future of the hunting heritage is uncertain. Now, only 5% of the United States population are hunters. That's down from 7% in 1996. Even with the decline, hunting and angling expenditures accounted for $89.8 billion in 2011, while wildlife watchers only spent $54 billion. Still a substantial amount, but money is not the only thing hunters bring to the conservation table. They also helped to keep populations at levels that are sustainable for the environment in which they live. Without hunters, many of these species would go unchecked, which would cause starvation and disease. And in many areas of the country, this is at an all-time high. In most of these areas, hunters are not allowed to help control these populations of animals. Instead, government sharpshooters are brought in. They in turn shoot the animals, which are left to rot, instead of allowing the meat to go to families. While you may not agree with the act of hunting, it is hard to deny the benefits hunting has towards conservation and healthy ecosystems. While there are a few bad apples, the vast majority of hunters truly love and care about the animals that they hunt and want to preserve healthy populations for future generations to enjoy. Today I've spoken with you about the benefits hunting has on conservation efforts by introducing how revenue is generated from the Pittman-Robertson Act, how millions of acres of habitat are secured through hunting organizations, and the dangers of losing our hunting heritage and the effects it would have. I want to thank you for your time, and I would be more than happy to answer any questions that you might have.